It's the Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by ANZ Home Loans for financial well-beings.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Breakfast as we cover, as you know, the very latest in property news. We do that 7 days a week and heard on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as Amazon. Well, we got the Monday out of the way into a Tuesday. Yahoo! That is a good sign that the week is underway, and it is the 9th day for April for 2024. And if you're a first home buyer, want you to listen up because we're going to take you deep into regional Victoria. And this is really interesting because it was only last week we were inside Florida finding out about the median price. I think it was in Tampa, wasn't it? And the median price there, $380K. Well, first home buyers, the area that we're going to take you, you can actually get into a property for possibly less than that. And joining us is Kate Ashton she's from 3 different areas.
Oh, look, real estate is transient. So Maryborough is my base, and it's in the heart between Bendigo and Ballarat in the country of Victoria.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people will know where Ballarat and Bendigo is, but not everybody will know where Maryborough is. But there are 2 Maryboroughs, and you got an inquiry for the wrong one last week, you were telling me.
We did. It's a little bit common. We do have to specify, are you looking for Victoria or Queensland? The weather is quite different.
So you say in the middle, Maryborough is in the middle. So what is the drive time that we're looking at just to geographically pin you down?
Certainly. So Maryborough is about 1 hour from Bendigo, 1 hour from Ballarat, and only 2 hours from CBD Melbourne. So we do say we are in the heart of Victoria.
Wow, just 2 hours drive. So, you say 2 hours drive from Melbourne, 1 hour either side of Maryborough, but the price fluctuation, this must be the interesting aspect for first home buyers, being so close to Ballarat and Bendigo, but the price is nowhere near the same.
Absolutely. We're so fortunate that we have a great community, which is why a lot of people move here for lifestyle, whether it's first home buyers or other demographics. And having a median house price of currently it was $357,000, which is absolutely phenomenal. That's for a house and land, and you can be part of our community. You could even buy a brand new house for around $650,000.
Okay, the people's hearts have just stopped. $350K. This is 2010 pricing. So what does somebody get? Just sort of break that down in terms of the land size and what sort of property would somebody buy for $350K?
So generally on a $350K, you're looking at anywhere between 600 and 800 square metres. It could be either a weatherboard or brick home, and usually does need some love and attention. Not generally needing extensive, however, there are always those ones out there. But $350,000, you could actually be moving into a home that over the next few years, you might be able to transform into your dream home by doing little projects along the way.
Yeah, well, that's pretty phenomenal because there are these regional areas that have got similar price tags, but they're really some distance away from any major town or city. And I think the fact that you're only 2 hours to Melbourne and just an hour either side of Ballarat and Bendigo, that makes it pretty attractive. So apart from the price point, why are people moving there?
Lifestyle is the absolute key. We are not surprised when we have new residents come in and they say, oh my God, it's so friendly here. People say hello. They don't just look down at the footpath. We've got 4 supermarkets. We've got an amazing hospital about to be completely rebuilt. We've got education, we've got healthcare, and we've got every sporting facility you could think of. You can be as involved or not as involved if you want to be. And that's why people are moving here. Affordability, yes. Lifestyle, yes. It's just a great place to live.
Yeah, well, that's pretty outstanding, isn't it? Along with major infrastructure. So what other infrastructure is taking place in the area?
So we've got quite a few businesses that seem to be expanding over the next few years, which is very exciting. Some big employers. And yeah, the hospital is the major one with $130 million worth of hospital, which is going to facilitate the whole outlying communities as well, which is what everybody wants. They want to know that healthcare is here. We've also got the train station, which now has a train back from Maryborough to Ballarat, linking into the Melbourne V-line services, which is very good. And we've got community bus that goes around, picks people up if they're not driving or they want to, experience jumping on the bus.
Okay, and what has the growth been like? Can you tell us in terms of the last 12 months what's been happening in your market?
Yeah, so it's been very interesting. People in Maryborough tend to hold on to their homes around 12 years, but we've also had 4% growth in the last 12 months. Things are changing as we would always expect. Some people leave, some people die, new people come in, families grow. And it's amazing how many people who maybe used to live here or had a connection are coming back because they can see the benefits of living here and the affordability. You can have a mortgage and you can actually have a life as well, which is really, really exciting.
And how many of these first home buyers, let's say in the last couple of years, have you been sort of dealing with that might be outside of the state as opposed to inside it?
So outside of the state, I would say we get inquiries probably 25% out of state and certainly around 75% out of area. Yeah, people from everywhere. And Maryborough is recognised as that central point between the goldfields. We're still the largest alluvial gold mining area in the world, which means gold isn't very far underground. So that's certainly been a big selling point for people to come and maybe find that beautiful shiny gold nugget as well.
Yeah, that sounds good. And what is the population of Maryborough?
Population at the moment is around 8,000. We expect that to grow to 10, hopefully in the next sort of 3 years. It's always just pipped on there. And we also have the outlying areas of Denali, Avoca, Talbot and Carisbrook as well, which are in around a 15-minute radius from Maryborough, which is serviced by all of the retail precinct that Maryborough has with all of the supermarkets and retail shops services.
Now, I know that a lot of people listening will be saying, Craig, ask her about the broadband. Is it good broadband? What's happening with the broadband? If I want to move there, can I actually work from home? So what's the state of play with the fibre?
Absolutely. So we understand that the fibre to the node, I understand that somebody told me last week that is going to be upgraded in the next 12 months. But NBN is reliable and certainly you can do work from home. And also Starlink, if you're in one of the more remote areas, is very good. So you don't have to move to the country and miss out on technology. We have it. We have it all.
Look, I like the fact that you mentioned that the median house price is $350,000, but the other day you had a property that was listed at $325,000. Now this will give the audience a little bit of a taste, I think, because it's a 5-bedroom, 1-bathroom weatherboard home. As I said, $325,000, described as needing attention in every room. But despite its condition, you did highlight that the floorboards are intact and it's below Victoria's median house price. So you'd have a few inquiries on this property in particular, wouldn't you?
Oh, we certainly did, Craig. And we're continuing to, so we're hoping to negotiate it soon. It's a 1,600 square metre block with 2 titles. That sort of price point, you expect that there's going to be work done. I've seen properties transformed and this is just waiting for that right buyer to jump on it and bring it back to sparkle.
I think somebody is probably likely to give you a call the second they hear this podcast.
Absolutely. And look, the video's gone crazy. It's on all platforms. It's been fantastic. The responses and phone calls I get from that about truth and transparency. That's what real estate should be about. Don't waste people's time. Tell them what it is, tell them where it is and help out.
And just in terms of Ballarat and Bendigo, they're also going pretty strong too at the moment.
They are, absolutely. We're certainly dominant agents in those markets with our offices there, and we have a few more as well. Bendigo and Ballarat are they're always ever changing. and they're growing so much. 20 years ago, you look at Ballarat and Bendigo and you go, oh, that's the edge. No. It's absolutely stretched out further. And of course, you've got universities in both of those major regional centres.
And just how much are you enjoying property? I can hear the enthusiasm coming through this morning. You've been doing it for some time by the sound of it.
I am about to, click over about 23 years, Craig. I love it. I've been based in Maryborough for most of that time with the one company, with Ballarat Real Estate in Maryborough. And I am extremely energetic about it for both buyers, sellers, and just those who are curious in the market and want to know more, want to have conversations.
Well, you've got bragging rights for sure this morning, because the Ballarat and Bendigo office are going to be saying, how come we didn't get on the podcast?
No, you've got to know people, don't you? You know, you've got to have those properties out there and describe them well.
All right, well, we'll leave it there, Kate. Great to catch up and find out just what is happening in Maryborough. And a reminder, this is the Maryborough in Victoria, not the one in Queensland. Enjoy your Tuesday, and thanks for coming on to the Real Estate Breakfast this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Craig, and happy Tuesday to all of the listeners.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, know your property with us on the Real Estate Podcast.
But it would be really fantastic to see national leadership in this area, so there's some level of consistency across Australia for renters.
Yeah, I can hear some of the landlords saying, Craig, I am not enjoying this particular podcast today because I do so much already for my tenants. I'm a good landlord. Now, what would you say to somebody saying they're not enjoying the podcast this morning?
Yeah, I understand, and we do hear this. I think maybe if we change just a little bit the way that we think about housing. So, you know, if we maybe think of a house or a property, whether it's an investment or whether it's someone owning their own home, as first a home for someone and second as an investment.
We connect you to the best real estate information across Australia. The Real Estate Podcast.